The 11th event of the EuroPro Tour season is here on the Emerald Isle. This week our golfers are competing for the Walk in My Shoes Open and the £10,000 winner's cheque. Their challenge is to conquer the course here at Mount Wolseley. The setting here at Mount Wolseley in Southern Ireland is stunning, with Mount Leicester and the Black Stairs to the south and glimpses of the Wicklow Mountains to the east. We really will be treated to some spectacular views this week as we watch our golfers compete on a lush championship course, and we've got another great show in store. Coming up, Johnny Morgan is out on the course giving us some tips.
When I pop that and I look around, and there's water everywhere. Water comes into play.
Muy agua.
We catch up with the winner from last week, Steve Uzell.
To know you can get over the line under pressure is always a good thing.
And we find out a bit more about Mount Wolseley from head pro Ted Higgins.
Here we are today with our first EuroPro tournament, and we're delighted to be here.
So before this week's event gets underway, let's remind ourselves of what our golfers are competing for. There are 17 events this season, and in each tournament the field compete for a £40,000 prize fund and a chance to climb the Order of Merit. At the end of the season, those in the top 5 places will win a Challenge Tour card. So let's take a look back at our winners so far. The tour began at the Belfry, where William Harold won his first EuroPro title. Then we headed to Scotland, where Jack Senior was victorious. William Harold and Jack Senior then went on to win the next 2 events successively to establish a good lead at the top of the Order of Merit. The 5th tournament saw last year's amateur champion Garrick Porteous announce his arrival on the professional stage with a win at the Asbury. Stiggy Hodgson was then victorious at Camberwell Park, and since we've seen a succession of first-time winners on the EuroPro: James Robinson, Neil Chowdhury, James Watts and Steve Uzell. This is how the Order of Merit now stands. The top 5 places include Jack Senior, William Harold, Stiggy Hodgson, James Robinson and James Watts. But with 7 events still to play this season, all of our EuroPro Tour golfers have a chance to knock them off those top spots and win a Challenge Tour card. So every event is really important for all of our players, and this venue will certainly put them to the test. This championship Parkland course, designed by Ryder Cup player Christy O'Connor Jr., is a 7,157-yard par 72 with demanding undulating greens and an abundance of water. It will provide an exciting layout for our golfers and for us to watch the action unfold. Well, with such a demanding golf course, we were really expecting the players to be put to the test in rounds 1 and 2. So these are the golfers who prevailed and now lead the way going into day 3. Last week's winner of the Kingspan Conqueror Wood Open, Steve Uzell, has his eye on a second successive title, but starts 6 back and is paired with Richard Kilpatrick, who finished second to Uzell at Conqueror Wood 7 days ago. And our leading pair is Stuart Archibald, who's seeking his first EuroPro win since victory at Burhill in 2011, and James Watts, who's having a great season and clinched his first EuroPro title at Royal Burgess 2 weeks ago. He takes a 1-shot lead over Archibald into the final round. It's time now to get the final round underway and hand over to your commentators, starting with Simon Golding, who's got a rundown of the opening stages of round 3.
Thanks, Cara. Well, it's a fascinating leaderboard. There are players in there that have won on this tour before, the likes of Archibald and Uzel and Hemstock all chasing. But really, the first 2 days all about James Watts. Those fabulous 2 66s in a row, could have been 64, but for a couple of bogeys on day 2. And it means Watts leads at 12 under. But there are players out there chasing. And how about this for a front 9 from Mark Murphy of Ireland? An incredible 8 birdies on his card. But unfortunately for him, that form didn't quite continue, making a double bogey on the 10th, which unfortunately took him back to 7 under the card, but certainly not out of the running yet. And Mark Murphy, like a number of other players today, will be looking for some big scores. Alongside me, John E. Morgan, I'm delighted to say. Fascinating course, fascinating final round, John. And one of those weeks, even though we got leaders by a few shots, that is wide open.
Oh, my goodness, I don't know where to look. I mean, the players, it's all going to get all groupy, I think. I mean, there's so many chances for birdies out there. As we've just seen, Mark Murphy's just going ballistic on the front 9 holes. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So I think we're going to see some great display of golf out there, I think, this afternoon.
Archibald away. Stuart Archibald, winner in 2010 at Longhurst Hall, then picked up another win on the EuroPro Tour in 2011 at Burr Hill. And this Parkland course might just suit him today. But this is the man that all the talk has been about. James Watts just seems to have found a rich vein of form recently. 66 on day 1. He really could have had a 64 on day 2. He was disappointed with a couple of bogeys, came off the round disappointed. Then he thought about it. Hang on, this is great. It's 2 66s.
I know. He was actually saying, I seen him on the first day's play after his, like you said, his 66, and he was over the moon. But he said, you know, I left a couple out there, you know, and come, you know, the second day he'd done exactly the same. I mean, the guy is on unbelievable form. I mean, stroke-wise, he won just the other week. I mean, he does fancy his chances, and I think if he wins this one, he says he's going to go to Ibiza, I think.
Do it, Mr. Watts. So chasing at Royal Burgess managed to come through and win that one. Yeah, very different demand for him today. He's gone out as the leader by a single shot. Oh, and he'll like that one. Maybe just wanted it to release a little up that bank, but that'll do as a starter. Now Archibald with 2 wins under his belt. It's been a little while since that last win back at Burr Hill in 2011, but he's certainly got all the credentials, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got grit and determination. I mean, he's a seasoned pro. I mean, he's been out here a long time, you know, and he's been grinding away. He knows what it takes. He knows what his ability can hold. And I think, you know, it's overdue that a win comes his way. So I won't be surprised if he's there or thereabouts right come the final few holes.
Yeah, there's a group of these guys out there that are just hitting their 30s, the likes of Uzel, Hemstock, Archibald. It's a good time to be maturing in your professional career.
Well, this man as well, though, Simon. I mean, what a great tournament at Conquerwood. I mean, didn't happen for him, but he's showing his might now. I mean, he's just he's there and there about every week. You know, he's starting to contend, and yeah, I think we could be looking at another winner. It could come from anyone. I'm not too sure who it's going to be, but we're going to see some fireworks, I'm sure.
Yes, an excellent final round ahead. Richard Kilpatrick was the man that John was referring to, Northern Irishman from Banbridge Golf Club. Runs the Richard Kilpatrick Classic there every year. That's an event I think I'd like to play in, John.
It sounds groovy, doesn't it? I mean, I'd like to be a part of that as well.
Playing well. Did well at Q School, then when it came to the main events has not quite got it rolling, but last couple of weeks has looked the part, as has this man. Watts then try and move his score to 13 under.
Had a little jump on him there, just stroke why that's lost a little bit of pace. That was bang on line. He'll be a little bit gutted, but nice solid start. Ease the nerves a little bit.
And that'll be the same required for Archibald. So neither of these two look like they're going to make a move on the first hole. Archibald then looking to roll this one in to stay at 11 under. And he does so, nice and confident. Right, time to take a look at one of the holes out there on the course. John Morgan, is it the 4th?
Par 4, the 4th, dogleg, left to right. Do you go for it? Don't you go for it? For me, get the iron out, whack it up onto this beautiful level right here, and it leaves you with a fantastic shot in, no more than 100 yards, and I tell you what, it's so inviting. So whack the iron, put it in great play, but if you got the beans and you got the minerals and you want to go for it, you can't hold back, get the driver out, you're going to have to hit it high with a big fade and hopefully land on the green and it lands soft. But for me, this is what I'm going to do. Sand iron in my hand, Pins at the back right. Could be really aggressive. It's pretty spinny. Here we go. This is a gimme for the boys for a birdie chance.
We all love a gimme. Now then, quick look at the leaderboard tells us that Archibald has managed to birdie the second, so moved himself to 12 under. We've got joint leaders now with Archibald and Watts as Kilpatrick tees off. But a good point to talk about here, John, with these holes, a lot of water involved here at Mount Wolseley, and that means there's a lot of shots where carry is important, so you've got to get your clubbing right.
It is. I tell you what, the trick of this golf course is, I mean, the water comes into play, it can play havoc with your mind, but I tell you what, the greens slope into the water quite severely, so I mean, you might be dry, but all of a sudden you'll find it just starting to roll gently, and then, you know, it might disappear on you.
McGeady with his shot to the front of the green at 5th. We'll talk about McGeady when we see him back at the green in a moment, but another Irishman, Kilpatrick. We've talked about how he's picking his season up, and this is a golden opportunity today to get another result after that second the other week behind Steve Azell. There's the spin.
Cool, there was a lot on that, and I mean, that is a great pin position today. That left-hand side is the tiniest little plateau. You've got to be so perfect with your approach shot in.
Now McGeady, eagle chance for the man that won the PGA Irish Championship. He really has just suddenly kicked into gear, and I think that win has given him such a massive boost. 36 years of age, John, the senior man here today, McGeady, but he's got a real shout.
Oh, he's definitely got a shout. He's got so much experience, like you said, Simon. I mean, I've been on the Challenge Tour with McGeady, and I tell you what, he's class. But that, I mean, this guy, that just shows you now, this man is on a rich vein of form. He's not fearing it. I think he knows now, after Conquer Wood, he can keep with them all now. So I think we're going to see some great play from Kilpatrick.
So Ireland with a very strong challenge from players north of the border. This man from Derry. And another Irishman who was absolutely gunning it on the front nine, but as so often is the case, it's very difficult to keep it going for 18.
Oh, it is. It is. It very much so. And I mean, Mark here now leaving himself a little tricky downhiller left to right for his birdie. I mean, 2 good shots to get there level with the green on that par 5.
Playing in camouflage today, I noticed, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, his legs are blending into the background.
Now then, Azell drains that one nicely. We saw a few of those confident putts at Conquer Wood from the Yorkshireman. And the left-hander, like so many guys, looking to put back-to-back wins together. And that pretty much guarantees you a top 5. A couple of wins this year with the way that the victories are being shared out, I think guarantees you spots on the order of merit. And Murphy, well, what a difference a front-to-back 9 makes. Everything was dropping on the front. Nothing will drop for him on the back 9.
Yeah, not to be now on the back 9 for Murphy.
Well, a little bit of a topsy-turvy start for our leaders. Archibald birdieing the second, but has bogeyed the third, so he goes back to 11 under, which means that James Watts still hangs on to a single shot lead. Now, before the round got underway, Cara caught up with the Royal Burgess winner, James Watts.
Well, I've come to catch up with the leader going into today's final round, James Watts. James, first of all, how are you feeling going into today with the 1-shot lead?
Yeah, feeling fine. I mean, all I can do is play my game today and see what happens at the end of the day.
How much will you draw on memories from that win at Royal Burgess just a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, it's good. It gave me a good confidence boost to know that I am capable of winning on this tour. So it gives me good confidence, so I'll just push on today and see what happens.
Back then, 2 weeks ago, you came from 4 shots behind to go into a playoff and win the playoff. Do you feel a bit more comfortable coming into this one with already a slight lead?
No, because in golf, anything can change on this golf course. It's a tough course, greens are tricky, so 1 shot is nothing around this course.
What does it take to win, do you think, around this golf course?
Patience. Need a lot of patience today. So just plod it round and see what happens.
A win today would all but secure your Challenge Tour card for next season. What would that mean?
Yeah, I mean everything. I played a bit of Challenge Tour last year, but it was tough to plan everything, being EuroPro Challenge Tour, mixing it. So just to get a good season, get everything set, will be good.
OK, well, best of luck. We'll be watching.
Thanks very much.
Find out if James can maintain his lead. Join us for more action from the hotelplanner.com EuroPro Tour after the break.
Welcome back to Mount Wolseley Golf and Country Club in Southern Ireland. Now, last week Steve Uzel won his first EuroPro Tour event at Conqueror Wood and moved up to 6th place in the order of merit. Well, we went to catch up with him earlier on this week to find out a bit more about the man from Yorkshire.
When I moved to Hull, I lived about 2 minutes away from a golf club, so just started playing with my dad a few years after we moved in when I was 10 and just got the bug. Like a lot of kids, I just played a sport because I enjoyed it, but I think until you get to 17, 18, you don't think anything more about it, and then all of a sudden you start getting in Yorkshire squads, England squads, and you just keep progressing until you get good enough to turn pro and have a go. My season's not been too bad. Played pretty solid, had a good result up at Montrose, fell just a couple behind. Didn't play great the next couple of events, and then managed to turn up to Conqueror and play really nicely and win by 1. Knowing that you can get across the line's massive. I've had a few chances in the past that I've not taken, so to know you can get over the line under pressure is always a good thing. You know, if the opportunity comes around this week, next week, whenever, I know it's in the back of my head I can do it. I suppose your year-long goal is to try and finish top 5, get the Challenge Tour card. The short-term goals are just to try and shoot the lowest score you can every day, and the simple one of just focus on every shot, because I can't think what I'm going to do tomorrow or next week. I've just got to get on with today and what I need to do.
So Steve Uzel living in the moment then. Par 5 fifth, 6 under par, the left-hander playing with some confidence now, and as he said, getting it across the line, knowing you can get it across the line. That is a key feature in then moving on. And at 30 years of age, definitely he will feel it is time to move on. Another man with a golden opportunity. Another win on this year's tour just about guarantees him that place on the Challenge Tour. And as James said, John, there's a couple of players, if you think of the likes of maybe Billy Hemstock, who are trying to juggle this Challenge Tour, EuroPro Tour, and it is tough.
Yeah, it is, because you don't know where to put yourself. One minute you're flying, to, say, Austria, or it could be Morocco, who knows. And then you're coming back, and, the differences between Challenge Tour and the EuroPro Tour is that, you're playing during the week. The tournament finishes on a Friday on the EuroPro. On there it goes throughout the whole week. And if you are trying to get back out on a Sunday night or a Monday morning, come back and play a EuroPro event, it's going to be struggling, very tiring. So it's hard to juggle, and sometimes you don't know if you're going to get in them as well. You might be first reserve or second reserve, and it puts your old system out of whack, and it's a tough one.
Tee shot from Stuart Archibald, the par 4 fourth, and he will certainly take that. Lots of applause from him, or for him.
I think he's the first one to have a good old crack at it. They put that tee up forward for final day, and he's thought, well, if I'm going to win this, I'm going to have a good old crack at it. Take it on. I don't know why Steve seems to be frustrated there.
Thought he maybe get a bit of bite.
Well, I think that looked quite a good shot. I mean, pitched right next to the hole. I mean, from that distance out of rough, you're not really going to get that much spin.
Now Watts, as we said, trying to split his time between a couple of tours. I think he's got the message, though. He tweeted a lovely picture the other day, massive pile of washing, and said, pro golf, it's about getting your washing done on Monday.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, he played that one like Phil Mickelson there. Nice bit of backspin, past the hole, zips it back. Definite crowd pleaser that was by Watts.
Massive chance for Kilpatrick then to take it to 10 under, put himself right in the mix. And we'll see a lot of putts like that today from distance. Not easy to get it inside the dustbin lid.
Well, look at this. This would be huge. An eagle on the 4th is a seriously great score. Now come on, all right, jumped through the first cut, and he's still got a bit of work to do to get his birdie.
Well, that is unlucky.
I love those pants though, don't you?
Oh, they're tops.
They are tops.
That's the Archibald tartan, from Basingstoke.
Yeah, I'd nearly give Murphy a run for his money with him, I reckon.
Now then, Uzel. Knew that line and knew that if he didn't hit it hard enough...
That was a good putt as well by
It was
Steve.
a great putt, but at that pace, the break's going to take, isn't it?
It is, Simon, it is. But, I mean, yeah, he was a bit disheartened with his approach shot, but, I mean, that was a good putt. I think he did put a 5 on that, was going to go in halfway. But look at that. I didn't expect that.
Oh, dear.
I really didn't. Yeah, and he didn't expect it either.
So Kilpatrick's birdie to go to 9 under could actually put him in the mix still. Go on, Richie Kilpatrick then. He's there or thereabouts.
Yeah, he's hot on the hills. He ain't going away. Hemstock. Good player, this man. Haven't seen a lot of him. It's nice to see him up there now watching this man play, because this man's got a serious game and he, you know, strokes it so beautifully like that. He's going to hold plenty of putts.
Now then, Archibald, chance to take him back to a share of the lead with James Watts.
Oh, that was awesome. I tell you what, if he'd have 3-putted from off the green, he'd have been kicking himself. You know, he needed to hold that putt. Show Watts he ain't going away. He means business.
Stuart Archibald, 30 years of age now, the man from Basingstoke. 2 wins already on the tour and looking for his 3rd one today. And John caught up with him.
Well, with Stuart Archibald, 4 under par first round. I'm so lucky you joined me today. How you doing, Stewie boy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Talk us through your round, because I mean that was a great round on first day's play.
Yeah, I played good. In Pro-Am the day before, I similar sort of score and made a bit of a mistake coming down the stretch on 17. So similar position yesterday, 4 under on 17. But as you saw, got up and down at the trap and made par and finished it off well. Just it's a steady golf course where you've just got to keep the ball in play. The fairways are fast and firm, so the difference between hitting the fairway and hitting the first cut can be 40 or 50 yards. So it's crucial to keep it on the fairways.
What's changed, you know, this week? You know, you're getting off to a fast start. Do you fancy your chances now to seal the deal?
Well, I had a chat with my coach about 3 months ago, and we sort of identified sort of the patterns of how results come, and we've sort of identified that playing in 3-week spells sort of works well. So if you can build up week 1, week 2, and then looking at week 3 as the sort of week where you're going to push on and you could possibly get the win, and that's what we've done. So again, this week, I've last few weeks in Scotland and in Ireland, sort of finished in the top 25, pretty nice. So the game's felt like in quite a good spot. And then this week, it just seems to have clicked so far, and hopefully it will carry on for the rest of the week.
We started a bet though, didn't we? I mean, I
stupid mistake over dinner.
Guys at home, you know, so happens, you know, day before yesterday, I see Stewie. I said, I used to have blue hair. I said, if you win it this week, what are you going to do? He said, you can colour my beard any way you like. So, and now he's up the top of the leaderboard. What are we going to do, Stu?
Well, just like I say, I think I'll take the 10 grand check and the blue beard than having second and keeping it normal. So,
I hope so, man.
Yeah, I know.
I get to pick the colour.
I know, all year you've given me grief about the beard and told me to keep it, so I think I've shot myself in the foot a little bit here.
Do you think your mates would take the mick?
They take the mick as it is now at the moment.
Do
so
they?
If it's blue, I'm in all sorts of trouble.
Mate, that's got to be the best one there is on any tour, isn't it? I mean, it's got to be the longest out
Well, it's
there.
becoming the trend, isn't it? I mean, you see, like Dustin Johnson's growing, but I mean, out on the main tour and out here, there's not many with a beard, so I like to say it'd be nice to be the first one to win with a beard. So
It's nice and bushy, man. Fair play to you. I wish you all the best. Go do it.
Cheers.
Go do it.
Cheers.
I so want to do it because, I mean, obviously it's grown so good and it's like ZZ Tops. I mean, give me all your loving, mate. And, you know, whack this one on the green, because if this happens, I think it's going to be TV gold.
Oh, absolutely. I was going for Sharp Dressed Man, actually. Bit of Billy Gibbons.
Sharp dressed man.
Fantastic stuff.
Well said.
Now, playing partner of Archibald's, James Watts, parred the last hole. So he and Stuart stay on 12 under with the lead. And it does set up a very nice match play situation between those two, which I think might just be what they need, just to drive them on through this tournament.
I'd have to agree, Simon. I think, you know, the big fan base as well, his approach, you know, coming around this golf course, all following them, it's going to really push them on to, you know, get to great heights and, you know, play some great golf. I mean, he's well supported, as you can see. You can hear the claps in the background. I mean, that wasn't his best, though. He knows he had a good opportunity to get it close, and a bit too much zip took it away from the pin.
Now, Kilpatrick, tee shot at the par 3 6th.
Cool. What a strike. Now, hopefully it doesn't spin too much. Soft landing needed. Yeah, well controlled. Great shot. Great shot.
Yeah, we've had a look over the last few weeks about how to try and control the spin in certain conditions, and John has given you guys a few pointers out there. Seeing some of the pros put this into practice. Very different shot here, though, from Archibald, coming out of the fluffy stuff. Not much space to land it on, and he's landed it on a postage stamp.
Yeah, you're dead right there, Si. I mean, that was a class chip, and just to keep the pressure on Watts. Don't want him to get too far away when you're out of position. Keep yourself in it. Put the pressure on. Now, Kilpatrick, can he put more pressure on? Turn. Nah, that's a misread. Didn't hit it anyway, but in too far left there. It wasn't enough break. Or should I say, he played for too much break.
Yeah, as James Watts says, these greens, tricky. They're going to be a few of those misreads today. Now, this is where Watts ended up. Very similar position to Michael McGeady, but Michael McGeady had an eagle chance from here.
He's feeling confident about this course, you know. And these are the type of putts. As soon as one goes in, you feel like you can make another 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in a row. I mean, Archibald coming off a birdie on 4. Can he follow it up with another one?
This for the outright lead. And there we go. Archibald grabs the tournament by the scruff of the neck.
Now, what's he straight up the hill? Should be a formality, yep.
So a little change of lead there between those two. Stewart having a chat. James a little quieter as he leaves the green. McGeady still keeping his round ticking away very nicely. And that is a very nice tee shot from Michael.
Yeah, that's a cracker, that is. I mean, the thing is, you know, Michael is, you know, been around for a while now, playing a lot of big tournaments, stuff like that. But when you're not winning, it's a different mentality altogether. You need to cross that line, that winning line. And if you can get used to it, well, you're loving life. And I tell you what a cracking shot by Stewie there. That was an absolute beauty, and that puts a lot of pressure on Watts to respond.
210 yards at this par 3-6. Beauty from Archibald. Watts to counter. Just drifting right.
Don't want to short side yourself here, and he's done it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough up and down, and he knows it. Just got ahead of it, leaned probably too much into the ball, squirted out to the right. Here comes McGeady. He's launching it, trying to get on the green in 2. Great green to come into. It can hold, but it looks like it's going left. It is. Sit down, ball. Oh, there's trees over there. Hopefully he's got a little bit fortunate. You just don't know.
Yeah, just couldn't get that little bit of left to right working, McGeady. Now then, this is a massive test.
Yeah, a little popper out onto the green. And then, and he's just hit it way too hard. Yeah, just a little splash shot. I don't know how it was lying, though. It might have been lying pretty poor, I'm not sure. It looks like McGeady's got away with it. He's got no trees interfering with him. Pop this one up and just let nature take its course. Run down to the flag. And that is fantastic. Perfectly played. Kept it simple. Well done, Michael.
Very cool, calm and collected today, does McGeady. The match play situation has worked for this man, though. Stuart Archibald.
Yeah, no, this would be massive. Come on, go on. Oh, good effort.
Just saw a little glimpse there of the way Stuart Archibald just manages things out on the course. You know, not unusual for players to get frustrated, and he takes those little deep breaths just to sit back off and then go again. So par for him, McGeady. Plays the hole beautifully.
Yeah, good birdie there by Michael. Mr. Steady Eddie.
Now the man from the southwest, Billy Hemstock. Saw him win a couple of years ago at Conquerwood, so he clearly loves playing in Ireland, and that's going to be tricky coming over that ridge.
Well, Watts needs this. Don't give it away now. Want to give Archibald a 2-shot swing? He does. Archie's gone 2 shots clear.
Oh dear me. And that is not how James Watts had this final round planned out. Now, where does he have to hit this one to get it to go close to the hole?
It's up a rise and then it's down and away, right to left. He's got it. Oh, what a putt.
Get in.
I don't think he thought it was going to get there, and then all of a sudden it just kept the pace and plonk. Happy days.
Well done, Mr. Hemstock. Happy days indeed. Changes on the leaderboard. Billy Hemstock moves himself to 8 under in 4th. Richard Kilpatrick on 9 under in 3rd. But Stuart Archibald has opened up a 2-shot lead over his nearest rival, James Watts, in 2nd place.
It really is a fantastic course here at Mount Wolseley, and we're guaranteed to see some more exciting action as round 3 continues after the break.
Well, we're here at Mount Wolseley, Tullow, County Carlow. Absolutely gorgeous place. And I'm joined by the head professional, Ted Higgins. How you doing, my friend?
How are you doing, Johnny? How are
well,
things?
Mate, it's a
Good
pleasure to see you.
And you too.
What a lovely place.
Fantastic. We hope you're enjoying yourself so far. And it's fantastic that the Walk in My Shoes EuroPro tournament is here. It's fantastic for us to get it at Mount Wolseley Golf and Country Club. And we built the golf course 20 years ago, and here we are today with our first EuroPro tournament, and we're delighted to be here.
All the players are absolutely over the moon. I mean, they say in the standard of the golf course is world class. As they said, it's like playing at Augusta, what they think would be Augusta, in a sense of lovely undulating greens, you know, lots of borrow, and they got a whole some great putts to make a great score.
You're right. I mean, it's a superb golf course. There's a couple of great holes out there. As you play into the golf course, it gets tougher. The greens are very, very undulating.
Yeah.
I think some of the pros have had some fun on the greens this week.
Yeah.
And in particular, hole 11, the par 3, it's been a very tough hole this week. And,
well, actually, going to hole 11, I must admit that is one deadly hole, and I love holes like that because if you're high side, I mean, your knees are shaking, aren't they?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the water's on the right, which is tricky enough, but then you don't want to miss it left because, as you say yourself, the slope ball comes down left to right. So when I was out there today, it was a fun hole for me. So it's only 170 yards. It's not that long, but there's a lot of high numbers on it this week.
Well, I hope you and your bosses enjoy this moment because I tell you what, the boys are. So I wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Ted. Top man.
Lovely stuff. And John, it's great to meet the pros, isn't it? They just give you that little bit of a different view of the course.
Well, they do. And me and him actually got quite a past. We actually sat down at when I first turned professional and I first went for my EuroPro tour card. And he was there. We had dinner together, me, him and his wife. And I didn't really remember much about it, but he was telling me the story, and we met many moons ago, and yeah, this is the first time we met since then.
Oh, that's good.
So we were reminiscing on some old times, really, and it was lovely.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
And he's a top bloke as well, and his wife, and they work in a shop, and they work their cotton socks off, and they got a good fan base around them. The members love them, so yeah, they're good people, very good people.
And the current crop of pros out on the course are entertaining that fan base. McGeady, very popular man after his win at the PGA Irish Championship. That really did, I think, just underline the quality that this man has. Oh, yes.
Go on then, go on then.
Oh,
Struth, I thought that was going in. What a great shot. That was awesome. Straight at the flag. That must have looked fantastic in the air.
Yeah, we haven't had a hole-in-one for a while. McGeady nearly providing it. Now, James Watts has got to pull himself back together here. Damage has been done, but not too much damage, and there are still holes to play, but he doesn't like this.
That's got to come back. Come on.
Oh.
Stay there, stay there. That's not too bad. That's going to be quite a simple chip. Straight up the hill. He's going to fancy his chances.
Kilpatrick moved himself to 3rd position at 9 under.
Yeah, I fancy this man needs to start racking up a few birdies in a row just to push, the mentality of his players that are in front of him. Put him under a bit of pressure. Well, Archie's got away with this. It must have run through the bunker, just popped up and gone in between them, and now he's got a golden chance to get it on the green. And I tell you what, he's giving that a right old wallop, and that's got some height on it. But has it got the length? Oh, just shy. Well, he's going to show Wolseley what to do, I think. It's him to go first. As you can see, plenty of green to work with, Simon.
Yeah, and with these guys' short game, they'll both fancy getting very close with that. Now, this was a great shot in. He certainly got up onto the right level, but it's a little downhill trickler here.
Yeah, a little bit left to right. Oh my God. Didn't move. Now, as we've seen his shot, when it came down, it went past the hole and it broke right to left. You know, it broke away from us on the camera. So, I mean, that had to go back that other way. That's amazing.
Here we go then, chipping contest between Archibald and Watts. Very difficult to get control out of the fluffy stuff, and we saw him play an absolute beauty over the bunker just earlier today, but not quite working there.
Yeah, no, it's just a little bit too heavy-handed, that one, Simon. Wattsy might be able to go to school on this. Learn from Archie's chip. Now that needs to get up that little slope, and he's done exactly the opposite.
How bizarre.
And that's two, I gotta say, guys, poor chips. You're better than that.
Yeah, they both know it as well. Now, Kilpatrick, very similar sort of putt here to the one that we saw from McGeady. Breaking the other way. And he's read it beautifully.
That was a beautiful roll. Lovely putt. I'm impressed with this man.
Double figures under the card, we should be. He's playing well, is Kilpatrick. Now, this should have been so much closer for a birdie chance. And those sorts of things will cost you.
Yeah, that's unfortunately chucking a shot away in good position. But I won't have to say much. James will know that himself. He'd be frustrated with that. And there we go, we can see it. Kilpatrick getting in the double figures.
Playing alongside Conqueror Wood winner. Steve was out. Ooh. Been a few of those today for Steve. A little bit frustrating for the Yorkshireman. So he drops back to 5 under. Not quite got it rolling in this last round.
No, Stewie. Can he seal the deal here and put this in the hole for birdie? Ah, nearly, nearly. I mean, they're in good positions after 2 shots and not one of them getting up and down. You can see the frustration through both of them there.
Frustration, yes, but Archibald hanging on to a 2-shot lead ahead of Watts. Right, let's look at the 10th with John.
Well, you come to the halfway point in your round. We're at number 10, par 5, humongous dogleg, left to right, and it is a brute. I tell you what, if you hit drive and you crack it, you can get all the way down to this corner, but then you're left with this, which is a daunting second shot if you want to take it on. 3-wood, you know, hybrid in your hand. Are you going to go for it? Trees come into play, very slopey fairway, and obviously water right in front of that green. The best shout to do, get the 7-iron out, 6-iron, lay up short. You're only going with a sand iron for your 3rd, and you're going to have a putt for a birdie.
Yes, I think just a case of trying to turn off the afterburners here at 10. See if you can pick up a birdie and give yourself protection going into 11. That's the key to starting your back 9. And Hemstock landing that very nicely. Green framed by those trees.
Yeah, it's a great hole, that 10th. Dangles the carrot, you know. Makes you feel like, you know, do I, don't I? But a lot of trouble lurking, but here we go. Number 9. And that's on a good plateau. He's got it above the ridge. Pin eye, very good swing ball control there.
Yes, he's swinging the club lovely today, isn't he, Mr. Kilpatrick?
He is. We've heard him strike it beautifully.
Hemstock doesn't get reward for his circumspect planning at 10.
Yeah, tuck that one in for a very easy par.
Back to our leaders, though, at 8. Par 4 this one. Archibald's 2nd. Lovely, again, a lovely view into that green. It's always good to look from behind the golfer, see what they're left with.
And you can see the standard of the golf course is absolutely fantastic. You know, what a great bird's eye view with the camera low, showing, you know, perfectly mown fairways. Great condition, really is.
Span back before it even had a chance of making it up onto the right plateau. This man got there though, this for birdie. Good roll, good roll. Oh, dear me.
It's defied gravity. Oh, I bet you he thought he had that, baby.
What a beautiful looking putt.
It's a cruel game sometimes. I mean, sometimes you think, oh, it's definitely in, it misses. Sometimes you think, well, I've missed that, and then it just seems to fall in on the edge. It just plays tricks on you, this game.
Now then, Archibald. Got to come up this ridge. He's got a bit of protection at the back there, so he can be confident. But that was always going to be a very tough putt for Stuart Archibald. So
Yeah, that was a great pace putt there, Simon. Not easy coming up that big slope.
So just roll this in to stay at 13 under. And that's exactly what he does. So Stuart Archibald hangs on to his 2-shot lead. Now we've had a look at 10. It gets even tougher at 11.
207 yards, par 3, the 11th. Unbelievable hole. I mean, what can I say about it? These guys are going to come here and wish and dream of a 3. If you get a 2 on here, you are 1, maybe even 2 up on the field. We've got water to the right, which is just so in play, it's unbelievable. The green slopes from left to right, straight into the water, so if you get it slightly wrong, obviously you're in there. Bailout area is on the left, this bunker, but if you go in it, treacherous shot, left. You know, pin is where it is today. If I race it just that little bit past, it's in the drink. See for yourself. I need to play an absolute diamond shot to get this close. Just get it just on that ridge and just let it go. Let's give it a go. Now I've played that. That's so soft. Take the borrow, take the borrow. Now slow down, ball. Look at this, look at this. Get down, get down, get down. I tell you what, if that fraction bit more, I'm in the drink. What can I say? Tough. Well, what can I say? They brought the tee forward. I think that's to make it a little bit easier for the players because it's been playing extremely tough. And McGeady, that could take a nice little. Watch this one filter down. Definitely release probably 6 to 7, 8, 10 feet towards the flag, getting better and better every time. Great shot.
Beautifully played.
Now that is what you call course management, playing away from the water and let the slope help you out.
So good to have a par 3 water feature hole where the water does actually come into play. Now, you heard Archibald tell the ball what he wants it to do. Didn't quite come back as far as he wanted, but he's not doing much wrong today at all.
Well, he said it exactly where Kilpatrick was. I mean, as we know, that's a good shot. I mean, I don't know why he's a little bit grumpy on that one. Well, not really grumpy, you know what I mean. Just
high standards, high standards.
Exactly,
that's what it is.
Simon, exactly.
He's holding this one, he likes it.
Is that going that way, though?
Oh, no.
No, he's come out of that again. He's had a few swings like that today. I'm sure he wasn't, you know, the last 2 66s he's just shot. He wasn't hitting shots like that.
No, I bet I know which putt you'd like out of those 2 as well.
Oh, yes. I'm sure Watsy would be wishing he was Stewie on that one.
This, come on. Oh, that's a massive break from McGeady. But you know what? It's a reward for a phenomenal tee shot.
Yeah, that was perfection. That is how you play the 11th. That was perfect. Well done, Michael.
Now then, coming over these ridges is never easy. Aiming points so far away from the hole. And that's... well, like Hemstock, that was nearly another cracking putt.
Cool,
He's got work to do.
Well, I nearly jumped out of my seat then, Simon. I thought I was going in.
Now, Kilpatrick, beautiful putt from him, but we just saw it just dribble away, didn't we, to the right?
Yeah, it just stayed there on the right-hand side. Now, can he do it? He hasn't hit it, has he? No, he knows it. That was in. I tell you what, no, I think that might. It's hard to say. That looked like it was on the same line as Kilpatrick earlier.
Yeah, everyone reading this one the same.
Now Watts really does need this. Good stroke, very confidently done.
And a little skip and a jump after he picks the ball out, and I think that'll do him a lot of good.
Oh, Kilpatrick's on Unfortunately, forced shot. Must have found trouble off the tee. Needs a good response here. Really does.
Oh,
Yes.
Well played.
Chance to save his par. You'll need it.
Yeah, a little up and down scramble from Kilpatrick would do him a lot of good. Now, Hemstock's putted well today. This to take him to double figures under the card.
Cool, this would be a great eagle on 12. Come on, come on.
Oh, dear me.
That's finished right behind the hole. Just maybe too much pace. Blocked it a bit, who knows? He's the only one that can tell us that.
Goes to 9 under though. So certainly still in the hunt. A must for Kilpatrick.
Yeah, it is, Simon. Don't be short, come on. And he's not. Slightly pushed. I mean, not the easiest hold 10, but you can play it quite conservative, but obviously the drive must have been in a very poor place.
First really tentative one we've seen him hit. So a bogey for Kilpatrick once again will change his position on the scoreboard, and that little run at the moment coming to an end for the Irishman. So he shares a tie for third alongside Billy Hemstock, but Archibald still has that 2-shot lead and looking very comfortable out there on the course. Right, time to hear from Cara again.
Well, I've now been joined by Kate Moran from the event sponsor, Walk in My Shoes, which I understand, Kate, is a charity campaign. Just tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah, Walk in My Shoes is a charity campaign of St Patrick's Mental Health Foundation. It's a mental health campaign, and what it does is it raises awareness and funds for vulnerable young adults in Ireland who are suffering with mental health difficulties.
And so if people want to get involved and support what Walk in My Shoes do, what's the best way for them to do that?
The easiest thing to do, I suppose, is we have a website. It's walkinmyshoes.ie. If anybody wants information, they can log online and they can get mental health information. We have free downloadable packs there. And there's another option to actually get involved in the campaign and help us raise awareness and do a little bit more.
OK, and I understand some quite famous golfers already been involved helping you guys.
Yeah, every year we do, as part of our campaign, we do a shoe auction. So this year we auctioned a few different supporters lent their golf shoes to us, and we auctioned Tiger Woods' shoes, Rory McIlroy. Last year we had Darren Clark and Porrick Harrington. So we've had really great support, I think, from people from all walks of life, I suppose. And for this one in particular, it's quite relevant. So.
Well, yeah, that's fantastic. And how do you think being involved in this, your first golf event, will really help boost the message you're trying to get across?
Yeah, I suppose what we're trying to do is spark mental health conversations. We're trying to get young people to talk about mental health. No matter what you do or where you are, I think mental health is relevant to everybody. It affects 1 in 4 people in Ireland. There's no family that isn't affected. So this gives us an opportunity to actually get out there and to connect, I suppose, a bit more with communities and people in Ireland and highlight mental health.
Absolutely, such a worthy cause. Kate, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So Stuart Archibald has a firm grip on the lead here in Ireland, but he's got the back 9 to come here at Mount Wolseley. More action after the break.
Welcome back to Mount Wolseley in Tullow, County Carlow for the 11th event of the EuroPro Tour season. The third round is well underway as the golfers make a bid for the £10,000 winner's cheque and a chance to climb the Order of Merit. So let's get back to the action with your commentators.
Thanks, Cara. Yeah, it's time to get back to the action. And what action? This is set up very nicely indeed. Archibald now is the player that everybody is chasing, but there's a few players within a couple of shots. Kilpatrick has played well, but just had a little bit of a stumble over the last few holes, and it's gone again.
Oh no, water.
Ripples.
I think that's going to be in it.
Oh, no ripples as yet, but doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Now McGeady coming off birdie. Can he make another one?
Nice contact.
Might send this past the flag and spin it back.
Oh
yes, get in there. What a shot.
Get in. Forget
Cool.
birdie.
I tell you what, that nearly
birdie.
came out and then went back in again. That was miraculous.
Well, he's a real character, McGeady, and he's celebrating that one. And, well, chalk and cheese, isn't it? From triumph to despair, Kilpatrick taking a drop. Oh, dear.
Wow, McGeady, wow, what a shot.
It's all happening. Watts with a approach that you see so many times on this course, coming in over the water. Good course management from him, and looks like he's going to get the benefit of a very nice layup and approach.
Here we go. He's got quite fortunate to be able to drop it there. It must have just crossed the line. And now this to save his par, and that to save his bogey. Oof. It's a tough cookie, that par 3.
Gauntlet thrown down by Watts. Gets onto the green and tight to the flag first. So Archibald, the leader, by 2 shots to respond, and doesn't like that, but don't go too much on the body language today, because Stuart Archibald has looked disappointed with shots like that on a number of occasions.
He is, but I think, you know, the pressure that Watts put on him there, you know, Watts has whacked it in very close, and he's like, well, I need to keep the pressure on, and it hasn't quite paid off. But in the way he's putting at the moment, Archibald, you wouldn't see him missing it.
Well done, Kilpatrick. Saving a bogey, but under the circumstances, that's not a bad effort from him.
Yeah, he's putting fantastic. Kilpatrick really is.
This to go to 14 under for Archibald.
This would be a big change around. Oh,
he wants to get there as well. You can just tell it in the body language. Doesn't want to hustle too much on this back 9 as McGeady picks the ball out very carefully. You can get yourself in trouble there if you start moving flags around.
This is very true. Look at that. Loving it. The luck of the Irish was definitely with him, because that tried to pop its head back out, but luckily stayed down in there. That was a fantastic shot.
Watts to try and repair some damage. Well done. Well done. Very well played at the 10th. They've got the fearsome 11th to come, those two. But James Watts picking up that marvellous win at Royal Burgess, and that's just got the career rolling. The 26-year-old from the Kingsway Golf Centre now starting to look like the real deal. But how is he going to cope with 11? He's closed the gap to just 1, and this is the hole to make that change happen.
It is. He likes to move the ball a little bit left to right. As you can see, the stance in the middle there. Aim at the middle of the green. Just trap it.
It's the right angle to come in from, certainly, and unlike McGeady, just gone that little bit too far for the ridge to take effect.
That's going to be a slick putt down there. Very much so. Even the duck agrees with me.
This one just a little further over the other way. Oh dear, that's a brave shot.
I tell you what, that'll look nerve-wracking in the air, and that is fantastic, like you said, Simon.
Here's a tester for Hemstock. Long way back from the ridge, not much green to work with. Oh, clever. Clever boy.
That was clever. I think that's all he could do, and he's played that so well. Look at this. I mean, ball down and away from him, no green to work with. All he could do is hit it in that bank and hope for the best, and well, that was perfection. Take my hat off to you there, my friend.
Little masterclass from Billy Hemstock. Slick putt, as John said, and he's not read it either.
No, and look at this go.
Unbelievable.
Stop ball. Yeah, that's bemused him. He's like, really? Couldn't believe that was going that way. But it did, Watsy. Hemstock, this would be a fantastic up and down. Oh, that deserved more. That seriously deserved more, Simon. That was a fantastic bunker shot. Great imagination.
Yeah, great imagination from a great player. 30 years of age now, turned pro back in 2010. But Billy Hemstock, one of this group here on the EuroPro Tour that is starting to move forward very nicely indeed. Challenge Tour experience, EuroPro Tour win. All the recipes or all the ingredients for him to certainly rise to the top.
Here we go. Has he got it? No. A little bit of work to be done. That's just ran a little bit past, about 1.5 feet.
Yeah, they keep sliding by for Archibald, but he's staying confident on them. Now McGeady moving himself to 10 under with that fabulous eagle from the fairway.
And that was a good strike out of the fairway bunker. Bit of spin on this. Yeah, great control. What a shot, McGeady. The confidence is flowing for this man.
He's really starting to play. We thought it was going to be Kilpatrick setting the pace in the clubhouse, but McGeady looks like he's going to be the man that posts the number.
Well, he birdies 11, eagles 12.
Ooh, dear.
And I tell you what, this man wishes he was having a bit of McGeady right now because, yeah, he's doing totally the opposite, unfortunately. Watsy.
Yeah, Watsy uses his shot that he got as protection at 10.
Can he do another one? Oh, my goodness. That's defied gravity. And you can see he must have thought that was in.
Yeah, there are times in a golfer's career when you don't talk to them. That's one of them.
Now, Watsy, put this baby in, mate. Come on. Well done.
Yeah, drops back, though, to 11 under. And there's a real pattern developing in this final round. 10 and 11 causing all sorts of problems, apart from to McGeady, of course. Now, Kilpatrick, a man that has also suffered on those 2 particular holes, dropped back to 8 under now after a very nice little run at the back end of his front line.
I tell you what, he's been very bold with that driver, and that's up right up by the green. Now Archie, tap this baby in. Momentum is seriously in his favour. But you got McGeady making a serious charge.
Yeah, 2-shot lead restored for Archibald, but if McGeady can pick himself up another couple here and maybe get in at 12 under, I think that's going to be in with a shout.
Oh yeah, definitely put a spanner in the monks of works there. No, stop. Yes.
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
How do you make the ball stop when you talk, John? Amazing.
Yeah, well, that hole there, you definitely got a wedge in your hand, and 9 times out of 10, these boys are pretty mustard with that. So, yeah, they're going to have a bit of spin on it.
Another shot from the disappointed variety from Stuart Archibald. He's not looked happy with much of his approach work today. It's not really cost him, though.
Yeah, but that was wise. I mean, he couldn't go at the pin. He was a long distance out. There was bunkers covering where the pin was, and he's aimed to the right, taking it out of play. That was great course management by Stuart.
Nice release for Kilpatrick. Back in business. Now, a different challenge for James today. It's been a totally different way of going into a final round for him, and he's learning all the time.
Yes, indeed. And that's unfortunately an error. Oh, he knows it. It's not working for him today. It worked the first 2 days, but it's gone astray this final round so far. But McGeady, you just don't know. Is this going to go in? Looking good. Oh, what a putt from downtown.
Downtown Michael McGeady. He really is pulling out all the stops on this back 9. What a charge from the Irishman.
God, he's playing some fantastic golf.
Archibald could do with this one dropping. Well, it hasn't, but that's for birdie. That was
a great putt, though. Great pace. Just put it up there. It was very sensible. Always high side as well, so always had that chance of going in. Anything low side is just going to go away from the hole, and obviously, you know, no chance of it going in.
Kilpatrick then for birdie to take him back to where he was at 9 under. Yes, well done, well done. Been unlucky with a couple of putts today, but got it moving again.
Watts down the hill again. He's just had it on 11. Now he's left with another downhiller. And he's going to have a touch on this. Look at this, keep going. Whoa, ball, whoa. Don't go too far away.
Yeah, pace important there, but read even more important, because if you're going to overhit it, it's got to drop.
It has. Now composure. Come on. Well done. He'd be a bit disappointed because his approach shot in didn't need much more spin, and that would have been right down by the hole.
So Stuart Archibald increases his lead. 3 shots now over the 2 men in second position, Michael McGeady and James Watts. Who's going to set the clubhouse score? Who's going to challenge it? here at the Walk in My Shoes Open. More to come after the break. Welcome back to Mount Wolseley and final round action from the Walk in My Shoes Open. And what final round action we've had so far. Looking forward to an exciting finish. Let's have a look at the 15th from the air, John.
Well, this is left to right. If you don't hit a fade or a draw, if you're a left-hander, you could be in serious trouble. There's so much trouble on that left-hand side. It doesn't really give it justice, what we see on the camera, but you must commit to that swinging from left to right. Then you're left with a real dodgy second shot in the sense of the green. It's like so many undulations. You must be on the right level. If you're not, you're going to be in a world of trouble. The bunkers are well positioned. I tell you what, it's going to be a diamond hole. We're going to see some drama unfold on 15. I got a feeling.
Looks like the drama's started here already. McGeady disappearing into the woods. Had this marvellous run and needs to keep this going, but you're going to have to make a save or two, and that's about as good as it could get for Michael McGeady.
Yeah, we're going to see on that 15th, that green is, well, so many undulations and so tricky, but here at 16, par 3, we can really have a good try at this one.
Yeah, good stuff from Hemstock on the right level. How would you rate this closing stretch here at Mount Wolseley?
It's strong, very strong indeed. I mean, the greens play a massive factor. You know, you've got to be on the right level. Got to leave yourself the right putt. As we've seen, Watts, he's kept leaving himself above the hole, and that's one thing you cannot do around a course like this.
6 holes between Stuart Archibald and a blue beard, and we've got the evidence of that bet on camera with John Morgan.
Yeah, he can't get out of that if he wins this. I won't let him.
Good man, good man.
But this is a great hole, 30. I mean, massive dogleg right to left. You won't be able to see the green from the tee. And you just plod it up that right-hand side, and it opens up the green lovely. Unfortunately, slight miss club from Watsy, just running through.
Now then, a little bit of recovery required here. McGeady is going to drop a shot.
Oh, and I tell you what, that's extremely good from there. Short-sided to get it within 10 feet. Oh, well done, you.
Now, Archibald here has moved into a very different position in this tournament. He's actually got the shot that he was looking for to get himself to 14. And with others falling away, he's got protection. He's got to hang on to this now.
But he didn't come out of that again. He just knew he didn't quite catch it, and that's come up 25 feet short.
Do you know what? Well, he's trapped in all the thoughts about the approach shots that he's playing. I just wonder if that's taking the pressure off, because he's not thinking about the result. He's thinking about his game.
This is exactly right. And I think what's he done there was great. He kept his head down that little bit longer. You know, let the follow through, just take his head up naturally. And I tell you what, that's why he just hit it, Daniel Dart, then straight down the flag. Brilliant swing there from James.
Hemstock can get in the money this week.
It's exactly what Rory does, and that's the lovely thing. Rory McIlroy lets his swing go past him, and then all of a sudden the shoulder seems to catch his head, and then just gradually it comes round. He stays with the shot for such a long period of time, and that's why, well, he's world #1 and just unstoppable.
2 putts from here to stay at 14 under, or can he get one to drop? Oh no, another one just creeps by for Archibald, and there's been a few of those today.
Oh, he thought he had that one. Look at it. It's like, oh my goodness. That was nearly in.
Can you go right?
Yeah, you can do yourself a lot of damage hoping a putt drops.
And McGeady needs this. Don't let it get all undone. All that great play. Come on, knock it in, Michael.
Yes,
Yes.
what a putt. What a putt.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
that was indeed, Simon.
So he drops back to 10 under, but that could have been much worse. This is for Watts to close the gap on Archibald again.
Yeah, this is a must. He's going to have to get this one in. Come on. Oh.
Went after it. Certainly went after it.
Right, take your time. fancied his chances on that first putt. He's disappointed with himself. To shoot back-to-back 66s, he must have holed a lot of putts like that, and unfortunately, we've seen so far he hasn't hardly holed any. You know, he's dried up on final day.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough when that happens, but we do see it happen on a regular basis. It's almost as if you want to build slowly into that final round and then play your best golf then. Archibald knocks it in, and still that protection of a solid lead for him. Now then, 16.
16, fantastic. As you can see, I mean, 204 yards. I mean, it is a monster, probably in the region of 5 iron, maybe 4 iron, depending on the wind. I mean, the green, you know, the pin today is back left-hand side, so you're going to have a awkward angle to come in. You want to play to the middle of this green because it leaves you a nice little uphiller, right to left, and as you can see, there's plenty of trouble lurking. So take your medicine, aim at the middle of the green, and give yourself that chance of a 2. And McGeady, the way he's playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this on. He's feeling very confident. Looks like he's got more of a lofted club in his hand as well, something like a 6 iron maybe. He's trying to bring that in from right to left because that pin is back left, like I said. And that's sensible though. Probably a 30-footer left.
Now Kilpatrick. Full marks to him for holding things together. He's had a tricky old time of it out there in this final round, but he hasn't quite gone away, although this one's gone somewhere. Oh, dear me.
That's left hit buggy and come back out. I mean, what a fortunate break. Look at old Chucky there, cooler shades on. He's bolder than me as well. He's a good boy, he is.
Now then, McGeady, outside birdie opportunity. Good roll again. Oh, this is just exquisite from Michael McGeady.
This is exhibition golf when it comes to the short stick. He is putting like an absolute man possessed. Brilliant putting skills, great display. Just like this man, Kilpatrick is putting well as well. And he's got a bit of good fortune. Can he take advantage of it? Oh, it doesn't look it. That's outright.
So when you get a bit of fortune, you really do have to try and take advantage of it next shot, but not helped himself there. Hemstock second shot into the 17th. Now, if the rest of the field stays stagnant and Archibald is on 14 under, 3 shots clear of his nearest rival, is there anything on this on this closing stretch that can really hurt Stuart Archibald?
I think 15 can play tricks just like it is with Kilpatrick, but I would say 18 is the one that could really grab you, and you know, you can't let up. 18 is devilish. I mean, you can give yourself a good tee shot in good position, but the green is so vital. You need to be in the perfect place come up there, and well, we'll soon see. I hope he, well, I'm not going to say hope he does it, but I'd like to see a nice blue beard on him, that's for sure.
Hemstock just low. Another man, though, that looks very comfortable, very at home with his golf at the moment. A lot of these guys now realising as they move into their 30s that you can't play great golf all the time, so you've got to plan your season, you've got to plan the points when you want to be peaking.
Yeah, you have to take the rough with the smooth, Simon. That's just the nature of the beast in the golf game. You can be fractions out like that, you know, just about an inch or two just right at the cup, and the next minute it goes in, all of a sudden you're way up there.
Now, we talked a lot about Richard Kilpatrick, 32 years of age, turned pro back in 2008, the man from Banbridge Golf Club, and gradually making some steady progress this season and moving himself up the leaderboard. But it's Archibald, the man to watch, 3 shots clear of the new second place man, Michael McGeady.
We're going to see this ball hopefully move up in the clouds. You might be able to see it bend from left to right, and he has. That is moving rapidly round the corner, and that is an absolute cracking drive. Position A for Archibald there. Couldn't go up there and place it any better.
That is radio controlled flight on that golf ball from Archibald. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, same from what's needed as well. Can he follow suit?
Crowd like it.
And it is, but it shows you the length Archibald hit that drive. It's gone miles.
He's creamed it, hasn't he? Absolutely creamed it. Haven't seen anything from Özell for a while. 16th, 6 under. Just hasn't managed to get things moving on this final round, but it's going to be another good, solid result for him in terms of his order of merit pretensions. Oh, we like that. We like that.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the way Steve commits to his shots. He really doesn't back out of anything. He really takes a flag on. I mean, sometimes it can be your undoing, but I love his style of play. Now, tall iron shot coming in. Oh, half a club shy. And that was right next to the cup. Don't get too disheartened, my friend. Your putting is fantastic. I'm sure you might fancy that when you get up there.
So Watson, Archibald after their tee shots, both in very good position at 15. Yeah, nicely done from James Watts.
Yeah, that was a great shot from distance there, Simon.
There's a little more terrain than you can see on that picture for this putt. Now this will start feeding down now. That's very nicely done. Well judged by Richard Kilpatrick.
Bit more pace, that might have held its line. Now, Stewie. Middle of the green needed. The holes are getting less and less. That's okay.
Yeah, I bet you he's huffing and puffing after that shot, but that's absolutely fine. When you've got a 3-shot lead and you're in the middle of the green, take it.
Very slick putt. And a great 2. Well done, Steve. Well played that hole. That was perfection from start to finish.
Yeah, that little shunt putt of his works very well on those tricky ones coming down the hill.
Archie, slick putt as well. First bit is downhill and it levels out a little bit. Hole high. So he doesn't have to do, I mean, he's making the other players make their birdies. He's just plodding along, take his pars. You know, he's this is very wise play from Stuart.
And you can see from his body language and his reactions, he's not exactly playing defensive golf. He's still looking for more.
That's the trick of this game. If you can just hit the middle of the greens, you're going to give yourself plenty of chances. Now, Watts needs something to happen. Can he do this one? Oh, that was a good, just an ounce more. Oh.
Not quite for James Watts, and that really does sum up his final round. Now, we've had a look at 15 and 16 from the air. Let's take a look at 17.
Yeah, 17. Big drive needed, gives you a great position into this green and not that much. I mean, you're going to pummel it on down there, probably in the region of 300 yards, only leaving yourself 150 to go. But yet again, the green is vital, must be in the right place on this green. I mean, bunkers left and right, but you're only going to be coming in with a 9 or an 8 iron and must hit the right plateau. Very, very good, strong par 4.
McGeady, the way he's playing, the man to take it on. Third shot, though, from the side of the green. But his short game's been in very good nick today. Still playing quite aggressively out there. Here's McGeady.
He's playing like a man possessed. He really is. He's really going for it. Got the bit between his teeth.
I wonder what he can get to in the clubhouse.
I'll probably get to about 12. I mean, he's got 18 coming up now, which will really test him out.
Hemstock at 18.
Yeah, you've got to keep the ball below that hole. You go slightly above it. Whew. You just puff on it and it's just going to go miles away. Great up and down, keeps the momentum going. That's going to feel like another birdie. No wonder he's smiling.
In reality, though, a par that keeps him on 11 under. Now this for par for Billy Hemstock, and we're going to start to get numbers in the clubhouse. Good effort from Billy Hemstock. Another good tournament from him in a season that continues to improve. And an excellent final round of 68. So Billy Hemstock finishes the tournament at 8 under. He'll go to the clubhouse and wait and see who's going to take that away from him. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be Michael McGeady out there on 11 under. But it's Stuart Archibald that still leads this tournament comfortably by 3 shots here in the Walk in My Shoes Open.
Well, it's been another exciting EuroPro Tour event here in Ireland so far, and find out who wins this trophy after the break. Well, we're approaching the conclusion of the Walk in My Shoes Open here at Mount Wolseley in Ireland. The leading groups are reaching the 18th tee, and Stuart Archibald looks to be in great form, having held the lead since the early stages. But can he prevail and win his first event of the season? Well, let's hand back to your commentators to find out.
Thank you very much, Cara. It's been a very entertaining tournament so far, and the closing stretch here at Mount Wolseley, very tough indeed. The 18th in particular. Here's John to tell us more.
Well, the final hole has arrived. Par 4, 420 it is, roughly off the tee. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to hit the iron, or are you going to hit a little wood and lay up into this massive wide area, leave yourself probably a 7-iron in, or are you going to get driver out? And that brings in a very narrow gap. Water comes into play, rough more in play, but a fantastic angle to get to any pin on the green because it faces you perfectly. 3-tiered. It is awesome. But I tell you what, I'm going to be coming in, if I've hit driver, with no more than about a 9-iron or an 8-iron. Here we go. Pin there, just right of it. Let's get it below the cup, give myself a good chance of a birdie. Now, come on, commit to this shot. Now, get up there. Get up there. Oh, stay on the bank. Ooh, good chance. Let's get up there and have a look. Well, I got it on the right tier today, 15 foot below the cup, just ideal. Second tier, perfect. Now it comes to final day, pin's going to be back left, dangerous as you like. Now the boys are going to deal with some serious factors. It's slopey, it's undulating, get it slightly wrong, you're going to be a country mile away from this pin. Now say I've slightly over club coming into a beautiful green like this, fantastic hole, just run straight through the green, and I'm probably no more than 10 foot off the green. Now I'm left with a chip, and I need to get up and down to win the tournament. I mean, what a chip to have. Just watch what might happen if you get it slightly wrong. I'm going to pitch this just on the green, and look what happens. Watch this. Look at this. See where it's going to stop? You ain't going to believe it. Look at this. It's going to keep going and going and going, and I tell you what, it can make you a bit of a fool. But look at it. I mean, what a green. So the trick of the trade is don't go long on 18.
Oh, John, that's terrifying.
Well, it is. If you think of it, you're coming down, the adrenaline's flowing, just like Michael right now. You know, you could go long. You know, you all of a sudden get that little bit more ounce of power from somewhere. And you don't want to go there, so get short of it. And that is a great shot. He's controlled his emotions perfectly to give himself a great chance of a birdie, and that could put on some serious pressure to this man.
Yeah, this is the man that has managed things very, very nicely in this final round. Stuart Archibald with a 3-shot cushion as he heads towards the closing stretch. And not for the first time today, looking disappointed with the results, but it's not hurt him at all.
Well, he's a perfectionist, and you can see that. Wants everything to be right, and that's not too bad though, Stuart. Got a 40-footer across the green, but do like you've been doing, cozy it up in that dustbin lid.
Yeah, there's a lot of research recently that exposed perfectionism as a personality trait, but a lot of people saying that it actually isn't a bad personality trait to have.
No, it's not. Well, James needs some putts to drop for him. He's got himself in a not a bad situation, but he needs to see them disappear down the cup if he's going to have any chance of winning this baby.
Steve Ozell, 7 under. Tidy tournament for him in the follow-up to his win at Conquerwood. Sometimes not that easy to play a tournament straight after a big win, but he's acquitted himself very well.
And that's a colossal drive. Now, Kilpatrick, can he do the same? Like I say, they're all out with their drivers, smacking it straight down this fairway. It looks so inviting, but that looks left. I better slow down. Trees over there.
Ouch.
Oh dear. Well, his good fortune on 15. I don't think he's going to have much good fortune on 17.
Right, this for the dream finish then, John.
Well, this is massive. Come on, Michael. Come on. Hey, get in there. What a putt. What a way to finish. And the home crowd are going absolutely ballistic for him. And look at that for a scorecard. 2 blitz, but look at the amount of birdies and that eagle on 12. I mean, fantastic 66 from Michael on the closing round. Awesome.
Zel, second shot into 17 and the frustration evident.
Yeah, after such a great drive, he hasn't taken advantage of it. No Stewart. No heroics here, my friend. Cruise it up there. Oh my goodness, how did that not drop? Just the pace kept it out.
You are kidding me.
That was a great roll. But Stewart's happy with that. You can tell he's not too disheartened. He's a bit bewildered that didn't drop, but he ain't losing anything. He probably doesn't know the score, probably hasn't come up from Michael McGeady on 18, so he's once he sees that, he might feel a bit more pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. There is now just 2 shots between he and McGeady in the clubhouse. Kilpatrick from the sand. Honestly thought he and Steve Ozell would be a nice combination in this final round today. It hasn't quite sparked.
Well, this is it. The run needs to happen now for James. He needs to hold this. Oh.
I think that was his chance sailing by.
A long putt for Steve. Good touch required. Run out, run out, run out. He's got that for his par. Now what's he? Put this one in. Yeah. Nice par.
Now Kilpatrick. This for par to stay at 9 under.
He's putted so well. Can he hold another one for us? Yeah. Oh my goodness! I stayed on the lip.
Not quite to be then for Richard Kilpatrick. Just a little tap in.
How on earth has that got there?
And we're going to join Cara, who's with our clubhouse leader.
Michael, well played today. 6 under par, including an eagle at the 12th. You must have been really pleased with your round, but couldn't quite catch Stewart.
Yeah, it was always going to be tough. I was 6 back going out behind the guys. I needed to put a good front 9 in, and I really just didn't hold the putts in the front 9. But then, as you said, like, you know, the back 9 with the eagle, it was actually a wedge from 101 yards, so it was really nice. Kept the momentum going, and just wasn't enough in the end, unfortunately.
And what's your plans for the rest of the season? 6 events left to go, and 5 Challenge Tour places up for grabs at the end of it all.
Yeah, well, we just had a baby there recently, so I'm sort of really tied up with time. So I hope to play as much as I can. I'm really just going to concentrate my year on tour school at the end of the year. I'll hope to play as many of these as I can, but just see what the baby lets me.
Well, congratulations on the baby. Well played today, and we
Thank
hope
you.
We get to see a bit more
Thanks
of you the
very
rest
much.
of the year.
Thank
Well
you.
done, Michael.
Bye.
Yes, well done indeed, and congratulations from us, John.
Yeah, definitely. Well done, Michael. It's lovely to be a daddy. Congratulations to you and your good lady.
However, this man has been the daddy in the final round.
He has. He has. He's played sensible, but that's down the left. And there's trees down there. Oh, and a lovely kick back. And that has propelled the ball miles.
Goodness me.
That is now in A1 position.
Take it and run. Now Watts missed his chance to go to 11 under at 16. I think both of us feel that was probably it for James Watts today, but must not take his eye off the fact that he's putting together a very good season on the EuroPro Tour, and he's got a similar route to Archibald.
Yeah, that's propelled the ball again. I mean, that's a massive jump forward. And they're in excellent position to attack the flag. But like I said, this is 18 earlier. I mean, it's do or die on here. What are you going to do? Do you want a great angle into this pin? You get driver out, and the rough isn't this severe. So, I mean, you can go in it and still have a decent shot and get a lot of club on it. But as we approach this green, as you can see, it is treacherous. There's so many problems around here, and I mean, it can make you look a little bit of a fool if you get it slightly wrong. And it's a great finishing hole, and I tell you what, the crowds are going to be out in abundance. Great atmosphere around 18th green.
I love this hole. Let's see if Uzel and his playing partner Richard Kilpatrick are going to love it, and that'll do for starters.
Well, that is how you do it. He could sell that. That is in position A.
Richard Kilpatrick had a nice start to his round today, but just dropped away in the mid-phase.
Well, that's coming down the left-hand side. Left him a little bit longer, might go in the first cut. You can still get plenty of control over there, but totally different club to his playing partner coming into that green. You have to skirt with those trees on the left-hand side, that pin on the left of the green. And that's a lovely shot, bit of spin needed.
Similar angle for Stuart Archibald.
I mean, great opportunity to get this one close. Sensible shot required. Just right at the pin. He's gone bold. He's straight at it with a bit of spin. Look at that. What a shot.
Beauty. Oh, very convincing stuff from Stuart Archibald, showing absolutely no signs of a stumble.
He's growing in confidence. Now, here we go. Probably 8-iron in your hand, 7-iron. Stay there. That's held up. That's going to be quite a simple chip up the green, straight up. You might fancy that one.
Now, if his putter dropped on 16, then this would have been a very different situation, but I'm afraid James Watts, after 2 glorious days to start this tournament with those 66s, I'm afraid after those 2 days just cannot keep it going for the final round.
Yeah, it's just his putter's gone cold, Simon.
Uzel from way down the fairway at 18, and that was what that tee shot was made for.
And look how fast that green is. I mean, that wasn't even spin, that was just pure stop and just the weight of the ball coming away from the hole. I mean, that was a great shot in as well.
Now, this putt really just about guarantees the tournament. Oh, and it's another one that doesn't sneak in for Archibald.
Between both of them, these final 9 holes, they don't really hold many putts between them. But they played some nice golf, some sensible golf. Great course management skills from both of them.
We're going with putter here. So Kilpatrick having to give that a wrap through the fringe, but coming up the green, as most of you all know, that's the way you want to be putting. Gives you that bit of confidence to really attack the hole.
Well, it's a great tournament. Unfortunately for him, the back 9 is one to forget. I mean, got off to a cracking start. 2 under par for the first 9, but then just letting it go on the back 9. I mean, he was looking at one stage, a man in full flow.
So Stuart Archibald with 1 hole to go, taking iron off the tee here at 18, so he's a man with a plan.
This is just going to come up just shy of the bunker on the right-hand side, maybe just level with it. Yeah, that'd be a nice angle in. A sensible play from Stuart. Very focused man. Big dog out, giving out a right swipe.
Going to go out with a bang here, James Watts, all or nothing at 18. Oh, and I'm afraid gets nothing.
Could see him leaning the other way there, hoping it would just miss that bunker.
So up on the green, Steve Ozell just to tidy up. McGeady in the clubhouse, remember, at 12 under.
Yeah, McGeady hold this putt, but Steve isn't going to hold this putt.
That is most unlike him.
He normally gives it a good old rap sometimes, but not to be. I mean, solid round, shaky start, but composed himself really well. Coming back in 3 under par for a nice round of 71. Well done, Steve, man. You're carrying your form forward.
Yeah, playing some good golf at the moment. Here's Steve Ozell. Archibald, though, looking to finish this tournament off and get himself across the line with a comfortable cushion.
Well, great swing, great strike. And very sensible shot, leaving himself probably in a region of about 30, 40 feet. Oh, actually, probably more than that, 40, 50 feet. That's all he needs. He only needs 3 putts for the win.
Just hold it.
Just hold it, yeah, go crazy. James, bunker shot, good strike needed. Get up there. Spin, spin. Well, you're going to be able to see how fast this putt is now. I mean, great shot. As you can see how difficult approach shot this is, especially out of a bunker from distance. I mean, all the crowds wrapped round there, wants to show it off. I mean, that was all over the stick and just come to rest behind the pin.
So this for a quite glorious finish for Stuart Archibald here at Mount Wolseley. But it's not easy, as you can see from the terrain there. He's done everything just about perfectly.
And that was a fantastic putt. Pin eye from long distance, and he knows it.
It's Irish pro Cole Moriarty sat to the side of the green, giving generous applause, acknowledged by Stuart Archibald. Here we go then, super slick for Watts.
Yeah, just breathe on this one. Now sit down, ball, sit down. Yeah, just wants to calm his nerves and put this baby in. Come on. Well done, James. Not to be my friend, but that's the way it goes sometimes. As you can see, just couldn't buy a putt today. Stroke wide, there's 3 bogeys, 1 birdie. Yeah, I mean, totally different from his first 2 rounds. But take a lot of positives from it. I mean, he's hitting the ball well in the middle of the greens, just couldn't hold a putt. And now Stuart, come on, Bluebeard. Let's be having you.
I'm sure that'll be at the back of his mind right now. He's the champion here at Mount Wolseley with an excellent final round of 69. Kept it very tidy on that back 9 once he'd manoeuvred himself into position. And Stuart Archibald picks up his 3rd EuroPro Tour title. And the 30-year-old has done it. Fantastic result from him. Looks like he can't quite believe it, but believe, Stuart, believe. You have done it. So let's take a look at the final leaderboard. In the end, Stuart Archibald with that 2-shot cushion, making it look very straightforward. A marvellous charge from Michael McGeady to get himself into 2nd place. And James Watts hanging on in there for 3rd. Let's get to Cara then for the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation for the Walk in My Shoes Open here on the hotelplanner.com EuroPro Tour. And a huge congratulations to our winner on 14 under par, Stuart Archibald. For you here, obviously very popular with the crowds. First of all, great crowds when you come to Ireland, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, we've come over to Ireland sort of every year since I've been playing, and we've had some fantastic venues, whether it's up north or down the south here. Everyone comes out and supports it. They're great with their sport.
So fantastic playing out there today. 4 birdies. Went into the final round 1 back. What was the plan?
When James sort of went a bit crazy the first 2 days and just teeing off yesterday, I thought, oh, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to catch him. But me and our group yesterday, we managed to shoot a combined score of 20 under par, so we all carried each other through and yeah, sort of put us in good position today. So just was had a target in mind of 14, if I'm honest, and I thought it might get there, but when I got to 14, I felt pretty comfortable. So.
Well, it certainly did get there. And just fill us in, you've lost a bet, I understand. What's going to happen next?
Yeah, dinner on Tuesday night with John Morgan. He was sort of reminiscing about stories of the past, and he told us all about his blue hair, and he's been on about my beard all year long, and he's telling me not to shave it, keep growing it. And he said, I'd love to dye it. I'd love to bleach it. And I was like, no. And then I said, OK, I'll tell you what, if I win this week, I'll let you dye it any colour you want. He's gone, right, I'm doing it blue. So, yeah, I've shot myself in the foot and I've got to dye my beard blue.
Wow. wonderful. So not just winning the event, but next week we get to see you with a Bluebird. Well, it's time to present you with your trophy, and to do so I'd like to welcome Kate Moran from Walk in My Shoes and Ted Higgins from Mount Wolseley Hotel and Spa.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to Stuart Archibald. A win, but it's a win that gets him into the top 10, but not quite the top 5. My goodness me, this must be the one of the most competitive order of merits we've ever seen on the EuroPro Tour. Jack Senior still leads ahead of Harold, Watts, Hodgson and Robinson. That's how it stands at the moment. John Morgan has left the booth to make a phone call.
Oh, is this Moggs? Yeah. Hi, Moggs. I hate you. I absolutely hate you. Just make sure you buy a nice colour blue to do it. I even wore light and dark blue trousers today as well, because just as an omen as well. So, yeah. So I'll wear them Thursday when you do it, mate.
That's all from Mount Wolseley for this week. Next week, the EuroPro Tour heads back to England and Leeds, to be precise, for the Clipper Logistics Championship at Moor Allerton. For this week, though, from me, Simon Golding, and my mischievous, beard-dyeing co-commentator, Johnny Morgan, it's goodbye for now.